Hey guys, LJ here from LJ Films, and today we'll be reviewing a DFocus follow focus. DFocus is one of the cheapest follow focus in the market, and it targets filmmakers who are on budget or who wants to try out on a follow focus unit. Basically, what follow focus does is it allows you to control of the focus of the lens by attaching a lens gear around it and being able to control focus without touching the lens. Alright, now let's see what comes in the box. First, we have a plastic bag that contains tons of screws where we can switch out on the lens gear, and some iron wrenches and rubber bands where we can take control of the lens gear. And we have the lens gear itself, and what's really unique about DFocus lens gear is that we'll be able to adapt this gear into several different kind of lenses. Basically, this is universal. You don't have to buy separate lens gears for separate lenses. What it basically does is once we switch out the screws out of it, we'll be able to adapt different sizes. And here we have the follow focus unit itself. As you can see, it's blue around these edges. That's because we've added some tape so that we can see it at night. And considering this as a cheap follow focus, having all the features we need, I'm really impressed of this follow focus. First, it adapts into a reel system, which is the 15mm rod, industry standard. And let me try to play with the play here. And one thing I was very impressed about is that there's really little bit of play or no play at all. And considering this price unit, it's really a nice investment. And what's really cool about this is that once we unscrew these knobs around here using the iron wrench, we'll be able to flip over the DFocus to use this onto to the left side or the right side. Even some expensive follow focus unit doesn't have this feature. And of course, we have a hole where we could adapt a whip just in case if you don't want to control your focus out of this. And of course, we have a white marketing disc to set our focus and do our focus. So that is basically the follow focus. Now let's mount this onto our lens. What we first do is find a decent amount of size that will basically fit your lens. So I have tons of screws here to mess around with the size. And what we have here is a lens of 18 to 135. It's a Canon lens. So this is around, what's the diameter of this lens? Let's check it out. This has a diameter of 67. So I think the size I have right on will definitely fit. But if you have a smaller lens, you can use a longer screws. But if you have a big lens like the 8212, you don't have to use the screws at all. You have several options to mount this on your lens. You can use either the screw in or a rubber band, or you can even use anything, a gaff tape, a rubber band, just to let it stay on there. So now I'm just going to simply attach this onto the lens. After we've added that onto our lens, we just basically screw in, and make sure not to over tighten this because you might leave marks on your lens, which you don't want to do. And even you don't screw this really tight, it still works, so no problem on that. And now I've attached the lens gear onto my lens. As you can see, my camera T3i has an 8-inch rod, and the follow focus will only work if you have a rod system. So if you don't have any rod system, you won't be able to adapt this. And anyways, it's an industry standard. So what I'm going to do basically is attach this into our rod system. So let me do that real quick. And we just tighten this down when that's nice and tight. Okay, after tightening those thumb screws up, and basically we have adapted the lens gear on there. Being able to turn this around, as you can see, we're moving the lens gear. So I don't have to use my hands or anything to get the focus right. And another great thing of using a follow focus is that most of the still lenses have a 45 degrees of turn to get the focus from infinite to the closest. But once we adapt this into a follow focus, basically we can adapt this as twice more. So a 45 degrees of turn is more of a 90-degree turn. So basically you have more range of controlling the focus than using it on your fingers. And if you want to operate this onto the right side, you just flip over the defocus, then you'll be adapting it into the right side. And all the instructions manuals are included on this kit, a necessary kit for filmmakers who wants to get follow focus, especially for DSLR filmmakers, because DSLRs are really hard to get focus using the depth of field. So this was a review of the DFocus follow focus, and you can check out more details on the website. You can head over to Jag35, and they have also different follow focuses. They also have different rigs for DSLR filmmakers, and they also sell different kind of units, so go ahead and check it out and if you want to try this out. And again, thank you for watching this review, and you can find more contents on my Vimeo, YouTube, and follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.